Hello, hello, hello. So today, geez, what is that camera pointing at? Oh, I have a blanket on top of my chair. Um, so we're going to be doing CaliMove, inter, CaliMove Intermediate Week 1, Day 1. What that entails is test. Yep, it's test week. It's test week, meaning it's going to be pretty basic workout. So I'm going to go ahead and do the warm up today. In fact, I should do the warm up every day. So I'm going to try to start making a habit of that. Things are supposed to get more intense. There's more challenging things to do, upping progressions, which means difficulties. Um, so there's a number of uh, new things that are going to come along in this workout. But one thing that doesn't change much, the first couple of weeks are still going to be way easy because they only do 2 days. That's kind of where I often get ahead because I don't like doing 2 day workouts, twice a week workouts. Uh, so I'm going to fix that back camera in a minute. Here, all we're going to do today is the warm up, and I'm going to try to do, if I have time, these are pretty long breaks in between, but it's only 2 days of warm up, what we have of testing, and each one is only 3 days. It's Monday and Thursday, so theoretically I could just do this Monday, Friday, and call it good. For my, we can call it a work recovery week, whatever. But ultimately, I'll probably be doing other stuff, going to the gym, whatever. But these are only 3 exercises. That's all it is today. And all we do is push-ups. We're going to do 15 to 25 though, so the rep counts are higher. In the first, in beginner, this is only 3 to 8. Body rows was only, I think, 8 to 15 maybe. And hollow body crunch was probably, I think, 8 to 15 as well. So they rarely ever went to 25 count for these exercises. In fact, I don't know that there may have been one exercise somewhere along the beginning that went to 15 to 25, but it was pretty rare. So we are definitely increasing quantities. Now, for me, I did a lot of things where I maximized uh, difficulty levels, and I was hitting with body row at maximum elevation difficulty, maximum progression for elevation. Now there are other ways to increase that, but what I'll probably do is, since we're going to higher reps, when I was hitting 15 to 20, I think I was 21, 22, we're going to be trying to go for the same thing. Now this is all this is today is maximum effort. One set, maximum effort, going as high as you can. Now, ideally, you land around 25. That's the goal. But it is your 15 to 25 rep maximum, and you're going hopefully at full effort. Now, if it proves that you have to go higher than that, that's going to tell you that you're going too many. You have too many. You need to increase your progressions. But that's your test, right? The test is to find out where are you at and what do you need to do to get yourself into that range. Because when they tell you to do a number that's 15 to 25 and it's a 10, that means you need to pick the progression that's going to let you land in that range. The goal is that you do not exceed that. That's a maximum amount they want you to do. So you want to increase your progression in some way. Now, I did watch their videos. One of the things that CaliMove does is they provide a video for every exercise, and they tell you not only the form and the fashion they want you to do it in, but they also tell you the progressions that you can do, the difficulties, the things you can do to make it harder. So if I'm hitting 25 every time in a particular item, they show you ways to increase that. Now, what I was doing on my push-ups to make them more challenging when I was doing 8 to 15 was I was increasing my elevation of my feet to put more weight on my arms and my forward position on my arms on my shoulders, so that I was getting further and further back with my arms and putting more and more weight. So the idea is that I'm getting to that full body weight press that would come with doing a plank push-up. So ultimately, or planche push-up. Did I say plank? Yeah, planche push-up. They actually have progressions that don't involve raising your feet, but rather just changing the way you're doing it. And I'm going to try some of those. If I find that 25 is still too easy. I'm pretty sure 25 is going to be pretty easy. These are standard ones, which just means you're just steadily moving. They're not explosives. You're not hopping or near hopping when you come up. Again, the further back your hands are, the more challenging it's going to be. They don't really go into that too often, but ultimately, if you keep your hands just in a standard push-up position, they have wide and close. Their options are to go, what do you call, archer push-ups, where you have one arm at a time, and that increases difficulty because you're actually doing two for every one. You got to do both arms, so that's one. And there is still that effort, a little bit on both sides, so you're going to get exhausted. So you may not be able to do, like, say, if you're doing switching into an archer push-up from a standard push-up just to increase the difficulty. It's not like you're doing an equal half, so you're really going to do go from 15 to an equal 7 or 8. You may only be able to do 5 or 6 or 4 or 5, simply because you are working that other side a little bit. So each time you switch sides, you're going to actually find that you're getting some challenge out of it. It's a little bit, but every little burn that you put on something, it's like anytime you do like a one-legged squat where you squat on one side, the other leg is still involved. It's just very little. Most of it's on one side, but it's still burning enough that it may make it so you can't do as many. Here we go. I'm going to do the warm-up. They do give you 2 warm-ups in each section. We'll just do the first one today. They're 20 minutes long. And then you're going to see a clip of it. It's just the center point, so assuming the camera's right on the center point, we should be fine. You're only going to see one of them ticking, obviously. I don't know what this 3,971 is. Is that time? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But ultimately, yeah, we're going to be going, it might be seconds. 3,000 seconds? That sound right? That's probably not that long. I don't know. But let's go. This is CaliMove, day 1, intermediate, week 1. Is it? Test week. Okay. I do want to put these in my... All right, so what I have on my, you'll see on my list here, it's intermediate, phase 1, week 1, day 1. That's what it is. And the exercises we are doing today are push-ups, body rows, and hollow body crunch. So I'm just gonna body row and crunch. Those are the 3. Now, this is basically the same thing we did last set. You see, I just copied my last section. I'm basically storing the entire phase in one workout. It's all entire phase, one workout. So it's kind of it's everything I do during the workout. So this is everything that was in the last phase of the last thing. The only difference is these are going to increase as we go through the phase. They're going to add more exercises, and we'll see what actually is in this in the end. And the one I keep is the end of it. So I don't change it or edit it once we get to phase 4 or phase 5, whatever it is, the final week of this part. I won't change at all I'll save it. And then in the future, when I want to do the workout, I'll pick the first 3, 4, 5, whatever exercises there are, to do that workout again in the future. So this way I can kind of see, well, what was in this at the hardest point at which it did it. These were the days involved, and these are the exercises involved. So, all right, here we go. Starting with push-ups. But first, let's do the warm-up. Where is the warm-up? Here. Okay, here we go.
Before you start with the test or the workout, you should warm yourself up properly. To give you some variety, we included 2 different follow-along warm-up videos. In this warm-up, you start with jumping arm circles for 30 seconds.
All right, so
Rotate your arms backward and try to jump right up.
it's only 30 seconds of jumping up and down. All
The
right,
next
now.
exercise that you also do for 30 seconds is the cat cow. Bend and extend your spine alternatingly while you up twist and aim for straight arms and reach. Hold this position for 3 seconds before you switch to the other way.
So we're doing the cat cow. It's 3 seconds each way.
Continue the warm-up with jumping jacks for 30 seconds.
And then we do jumping jacks for 30 seconds.
Afterwards, we do the cobra pose to downward dog again for 30 seconds. Hold each position for a few
Cobra
seconds.
pose to downward dog. I think he said 3 seconds again.
The next exercise is the walking skier jumping jack, again for 30 seconds.
Now we're doing skier jumping jacks. I don't know why these are skier. I don't want to see a skier going down the hill like this.
After that, you do the overhead squat for 30 seconds. Keep your arms straight, your body upright, and go as deep as possible without lifting your feet from the ground or letting them collapse into place.
So you're supposed to go down as low as you can without dropping your arms.
After the overhead squat, we continue with the passive reactive handle. Always aim for straight arms, pull your shoulder blades down, slightly arch your lower back and do the exercise. Release the tension and aim for a hollow body position when you do the passive handle. You can do the horizontal step, overhead squat for 30 seconds, and the passive reactive handle for 20 seconds.
I'm getting behind. So we're alternating dead hang to active hang.
Right after that, you do the butterfly sit with arm extensions and alternate with the easy pose. Hold each position for 2 seconds before you switch to the other one and do this for about 60 seconds.
2 seconds, alternating back and forth. Doing this guy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
incline push-ups. It also should allow you to do about 10 easy reps. Remember, this is a warm-up, so 10 reps should be easy enough that you are able to bench press 10 more
All
reps
right,
with
so
your
doing an
hands.
incline push-up. It's supposed to be easy. This is warm-up. We're not trying to push anything too hard. Remember, we actually have these during our exercise today. So I'm going to go ahead and do them just like they say, incline, but I'm going to use rings.
After that, you can try rows of 10 reps. Crystal and sustain each set. Repeat both exercises again for 10 easy reps.
I forgot what the middle one was. I missed I missed what we were doing in the middle. I'll do another 10 of those, and then I'll watch what they're doing. Oh, there's the rows. How do you? I guess I do it this way.
The last exercise of side-to-side plank walks is 60 seconds. Aim for straight arms during the complete movement, press your arms into the ground, and lift your body to the side.
All right, these are side-to-side plank walks. I think you're doing 60 seconds. I think that's what he said. That's it. But I do owe one set of easy rows. Let's do the easy rows. All right, let's do it. This is the actual workout. This is day one. This is not we won't call it a workout so much as test week. The whole point of this day is to see where you're at, what your state of fitness is, how ready are you for the upcoming workout, which won't be until I don't know, next week. Now I'm going to do my push-ups on the rings, just because I feel like doing them on the rings. It does add a little bit more challenge. The primary increase that you get from doing anything on the rings, or doing the push-ups anyway on the rings, is that it's just more challenging because you're trying to stabilize yourself. You're increasing the stabilizing effect, the muscles that are involved in keeping you from shaking and losing control, that kind of thing. Um, Kind of like learning how to do a bench press, right? When you first do it, you're like trying to do this, but in time, you're steady and steady because your muscles have learned to stabilize, or even just balance, right? If you stand on one leg all the time, the first few times you do it, when you're out of shape and you don't have balance, is you can't hold for very long, right? So you're just kind of like start because your muscles are learning to stabilize. Eventually, it's not as hard. You can stabilize if you're without too much difficulty, and you can hold for a while. You will eventually get tired because those stabilizer muscles are firing, even though it feels easy. So you might be able to do this for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on how fit you are and how strong those muscles are. But eventually, you start to wobble because there's all those micro movements going on to keep you from losing your balance, and every shift of muscle will drop you. So eventually, you kind of lose it. But the better you get, the more balanced you get, the easier it is. All right, so easy peasy, 3 exercises. Nothing more. First 2 will be the hardest. Doing 15 to 25 is the objective. Um, shouldn't be that hard for me to do 25 because these are standard push-ups. There's no special fancy stuff. I'm going to do it as it is because this is a test week. It's about seeing where you are. I'm going to go for pretty much a maximum drop here. I do want them to be off the ground though. So, and I guess they don't have to be totally even off the ground. So this is still an incline push-up. I could probably go lower. Let's drop it one more. Shouldn't be. I should still be off the ground with this, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go there. I gotta have a little bit of room to get my hands under it. The thing is, I have to raise this back up for the pull-ups, but that's all right because remember this is one set. That's all this is. It's not. We're going 15 to 25. We're gonna see if I'm in that range. I should easily be in that range. Um, and it's not really even meant to be all that, you know. You want maximum range, which is, I'm going to put them kind of close together. Um, Maximum range means I'm going to be doing a scapula push-up. So when I come out, I want to extend my shoulders out. So there's that little shift in the shoulders where your whole upper body is going to move forward or move back. It's not just here, it's here. There's that extra that extension. That does add difficulty. You'll find that it actually can add a lot of difficulty. But ultimately, the other ways, bring the arms further back and narrow your grip. All those things will change how much weight you're putting on your shoulders, how much is on your chest. Uh, you can also do things like turn it into an archer push-up, which I have never done before, but I saw that on there examples, which I had never actually thought of before. Archer push-up is where one arm will literally come out and you'll push on one. But I don't think I'm there. I mean, I can do those, I'm sure, but I don't know how many, and I've never done them. You can only really do you can do archer push-ups on the floor or on the rings. Here we go. I'm going to do 15 to 25 is the goal, and we'll see how this goes, because on the rings, it's, like I said, it's a little bit more difficult. Okay, so I did 26 just because I wanted to. I did have a little bit of a break there. That was for my hand. Uh, I'll explain that in a minute. Oops. Okay, so these rings, they are round and they kind of fold your hand outward just because. So you want to tighten your grip as much as possible to lock your hand so it doesn't get too much outward pressure. And it felt uncomfortable. So I just readjusted my hand. So maybe I wouldn't have done 26 with those 2 seconds. Who cares? I did it afterwards. Okay, so they do 5 to 10 minute breaks between exercises. That's a crazy long time for a break, even for a test week. But I understand that the whole point is to be 100%, have all your energy stored up or recovered so that you can go on and do the next exercise. I might not give it quite that long, mostly because I'm thinking I kind of want to do all 6 test items. But then again, it's Wednesday, and if I do all 6 test items, then what do I do Friday? Maybe I do all of week 1, which is only 2 exercises, and it means it's only 4 exercises. Let's take a look at week 1. Oh, it's 4 exercises. Oh, okay. So, this is interesting. Okay, so 4 exercises. This one's interesting. You only do 50 reps. Okay, and that's it. I think you're only doing 50 reps. One of each. 50 reps, 50 reps, 50 reps, and 50 reps. The idea is that you do them as fast as you can. You try to get 15 to 25 each time at least, and then you might do it in 2 sets on the first one if you could do 25 both times, right? And then if you can do 25 both times, it says minimum is 2 sets if you could do 25 each time around. So yeah, that could go pretty fast. But there are three. Oh, I was wrong. There are actually 3 days in each week. I thought there were. So day 1 and 2 are the same. Day 3 is a little different. You actually have standard sets. You're only doing 3 sets though of 4 things. It's 12 sets. So maybe I'll try to see if I can compress these somehow. If I can get uh, the first 2 days of the week in on Friday, I can do um, day day 1 on Monday. That's going to be tough because then it screws up the following week, which means I have to do 3 days. And that one's again the same thing, except you're doing 60 reps. Then you do 60 reps of 4 exercises. Maybe I could do it. Oh, that's going to be an interesting challenge. Huh. All right, well, let's get to it. All right, so now we're doing body. Oh no, yeah, body rows. Let's get my thing up here. I forgot we're only doing one thing. I want to go. Where was I? I think it goes to here. Hope that's not too high. I think that's right. We'll see. I forgot if it was supposed to be on the 3 or just above the 3, the 3.5 or whatever you want to call it. But I'm putting it on 3. Hey, Kieran. Yeah, my compression tank top today. How you doing? All right, so again, 1 set. That's all I'm doing. We're gonna get started. It's pretty close to 5 minutes, especially since I started my stopwatch late. So it's about 4 minutes. Again, it's max reps. Hopefully that lands me in the 25 zone. These are standard ups and downs, no pauses. Um, there are ways to make it more difficult. Apparently, you can do this, which I can't really do. And it swings back and forth. All right, let's just do this. Ready? Go. Ten. 20. 25. I wanted to do the max. I wanted to stay in max zone. Max zone for this is 25, but I was close. That last one was getting kind of weak, but that's all right. It was supposed to be a max effort to where you get all the way to that point where 10 theoretically is failure. So I probably had another one in me, maybe 2 at failure, but I hit the 25. So that tells me that I need to start figuring out a progression that will keep me in that 25 zone, even at max. 25 should be your max, in which case I need to start lowering my, I need to find a way to make it more difficult so I land in that 15 to 25 zone. I do. There's a lot of reasons I prefer them. One is, well, okay, not a lot of reasons. One, they're more comfortable because they're not like baggy and if you're doing like a pike push up or you're doing something where you're kind of inverted, your shirt's not falling down over your head. and or just falling down. They probably don't fall down over your head, but they're not coming down. Um, they stay in position better when you sweat. They wick the moisture better. In other words, they'll dry quicker, and you're not like sitting and it just doesn't stay wet all day. Like if I sit around afterwards, it'll dry off. So I prefer the compression moisture wicking materials. All right, so I'll do one more exercise on day one. I'm actually thinking, like I said, I'm gonna try and do day two, so we'll squeeze that in there too. This next one is just hollow body crunches. Some people say, what do they call them? Yeah, some people call them dead bug crunches. um, your feet are up in the air. Actually, I think a dead bug's feet would be straight up, right? But you can tell. Although I get a little, yeah. This is the Under Armour. They're pretty good with the venting. It works good, especially when you're use them to go running in and that kind of thing. I do prefer the more venting. The whole back, you can see it has a. Oh, this one. Oh, nope, this doesn't have it. I have another Under Armour shirt that's got venting in the back too. The back is vented. It's got a little mesh. I think the same kind of mesh that this has. Actually, no, it's probably a thinner mesh. This isn't really mesh. This is just a slightly thinner version of the shirt itself. It's just design. Um, it's just a design thing. Yeah, it's not even really a different material much. It just feels thinner. That's about it. I do prefer Under Armour. I like it. It's expensive though. Now there are other compression shirts out there, other off-brand names, but I like the Under Armour. But they are pretty pricey comparatively. Did I even write down what I did? I did 26 and I did 25. Apparently that's the most I've ever done uh, with those rows. All right, we're at 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and get started on the last one, so I can go on to the next day part. All right, so these are hollow body crunches. The way they do these ones are twos, uh, two up, two down, two up, two down. Just slow crunches, which does significantly make them more difficult. They are uh, they are actually quite um, stretched, not incredibly stretchy, but they are pretty stretchy. It's not like they're tiny when you put them on. If you buy a size that fits you, um, they can stretch quite a bit, but you still have to buy a size that's like made for your size. Like if you're a medium, buy a medium. If you're a large, you buy a large. You can't buy like a medium and you could probably get a medium that'll fit a large. It's just gonna look really weird because it'll overstretch. It won't be comfortable. It'll be tight, your arms, everything, because there are spots that don't stretch as much, like the seams, but yeah, they aren't. I mean, like any shirt, they'll stretch to the size of a normal shirt easily, right? A normal shirt you buy a large, it's kind of loose, it's got extra material, and when you stretch it, it doesn't stretch much. What one of these will stretch to. They just start off smaller. Let's go. 5. 10. 15, 20, 27, 30, 35. Okay, that's way more than I would. Could I have done more? Probably I could have went another 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. I don't know. I was doing pretty standard crunches. Normally I'll make them a little bit more difficult, or I extend my legs more, push them out farther. The more into hollow body you go, uh, the more difficult it'll be by a long shot. So the farther back your arms go, the farther forward your legs extend, the more challenge it's going to be. Ultimately, you still want to keep your lower back on the ground. So you want to make sure you stay in enough of an of hollow body form that your back stays down. If your legs come too far down, you're going to have a real hard time keeping your back down. So you can extend them, but point them outward. Yeah, it's not sure it works that way. uh, Adding water just makes it wet. That's all it does. They don't get more stretchy when they're wet. Okay, so this was a basic. I added no weight. Usually I add weight. That's probably why I could do so many. Okay, so that's it. That one's done. Let's go ahead and I have a little time. There's only three. Oh, there's 4 exercises in the next day's test. Active hang, pike squat, and deep squat. Yeah, probably more stretchy than it should be. Don't know that I've ever tested for stretchiness, but uh, yeah. But my body fat percentage is around somewhere between 15 and 20%, depending on which device you ask. I think I come out to be about an average. If I am on, oh, this one has a pike hold. I gotta add that on here. Um, let's see here. Add exercise. You know what, I'm just gonna take a lot of these off. Stop it. I'll add other items later as we come to them. We have a deep squat. I like to use the barbell or dumbbell variants, um, just because it allows me to add weight and still keep track. I don't think active hang is on there, but I do believe it's under here. active hang. Oh, I got a pike hold. Again, I don't think that's on here. Pike hold. And let's see, I gotta put these in the right order. So which the pike hold is first. Active hang is next. Deep squat followed by, I don't even know what to call these, arch ups. I don't think that's I don't think I have that in here. But we'll see what I have here. Nope. Nope. I don't know. Again, these could be called Supermans. I don't even know what to call these. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, let's just call it Superman. I don't care. It's just something to keep track of. Okay, so let's get started. Pike holds. Okay, so this one is 50 to 80 seconds. You can bend your legs on this if you have to. I probably have to. But the goal is to keep your upper body straight for as long as you can, going for 80 seconds. So this first one is, I've done this before. I have gotten to 80. I've actually gotten close to a minute, but I don't know if, I don't know, I haven't done it in a few weeks, so who knows? Maybe today will be hard. Actually, it's always been hard. This is a difficult thing to do, to be honest. Probably why I can't do a standing handstand. All right, so same thing. Going for, gotta set my timer. There you go.
I'll have to see what my form is. I can't tell how straight I am. I feel like I'm not very straight. I don't think, actually, that's probably pretty close to 80 seconds. My timer says almost 90 seconds, but it took me a minute. It took me probably 10 seconds to get into form, if not more. So I'll give myself 80 seconds. That was rough, though. I was kind of hurting on that. So I don't know how much I've improved. I feel like the first time I did that, I barely hit a minute. 80 seconds was a struggle.
every time. If I even got to 80 very often. So I'm still in that zone. But that's a very difficult, that's challenging. And again, I don't even know how good my form was. I feel like I wasn't very straight. But here it says I've only ever done 60. But that was maybe during the first workout. Okay, so now we're doing active hangs. Okay, so an active hang is the difficult version of a dead hang. If you don't know what a dead hang is, it's basically just hold on to the bar, just hang. That's all it is. You're just hanging. You're not engaging your muscles. You're not bending your arms. You're just hanging. The idea there is to help strengthen, stretch your shoulders. You don't want to be completely dead hanging. I mean, there should still be the muscles engaged, but they're not lifting you at all. They're just kind of supporting you, keeping you from, just having your socket stretched or whatever. You're just kind of locking up, but you're still dead hanging. You're not engaging. You're not lifting. An active hang is kind of like you are lifting, but you're not like pulling up. So you're not going to engage the muscles to the point where they're lifting you up. In fact, all you're doing really is engaging the back and the shoulder, and you're going to pull your scapula together, and you're going to just hang there with your back, with your shoulders fully engaged. That's all it is. An active hang is just the shoulders. There's no arms involved in the pull. You're not going to have your biceps curling. You're not going to have your delts lifting. You're really only going to have your back, your shoulders engaged, scapula pulled together, and you're just going to hang there. You can see that it says max time. Again, you're testing for how long you can hold. It's a 10 up to 30 seconds. TM means time maximum. As long as you possibly can. That's what that means. Hopefully that lands you close to 30 seconds. If it doesn't, if you're over 30 seconds, to be honest, I don't know how you progress on that, other than just adding more time. Ultimately, you want to get better at the time. So if you can go longer, go longer. At least tells you what you can do. But when I tell you only do 30 seconds, only do 30 seconds, because generally they're going to have you doing multiple sets. They just want to see where you're at and can you do the sets necessary. What they might do in the future is do like, in order to get you fully, to work you completely, they might have a workout where it says 3 sets timed 30 seconds. And then the fourth set, it's just an F, which means as long as you can. So if you can do 40 seconds, 50, 60, whatever, do it on the last one. But you do what they ask you to during the workout. All right, so this is a timed hang, or active hang. All I'm going to do here is basically engage my shoulders, lift my body up, let my lower body hang straight down or hang, I won't say loosely, but I'm not going to do a hollow body, which means I'm not going to tighten my core and bring my legs forward. I'm going to let my legs fall backwards, and I'll just be in kind of an arch position. I don't know if this will get a very good view, but let's see what it does. If I change the angle a bit, so you can kind of get a feel for how I am actually going to be positioned. All right, here we go. That hasn't been 5 minutes yet, so it's not like I'm running late. But it's almost 5 minutes, so let's get going. All right, 30 seconds always time. Alexa, set timer for 30 seconds.
30 seconds, starting now.
Alexa, stop. So I made it 30 seconds. Actually, I've improved a lot on that. 30 seconds used to be really, really hard for me. I mean, like, I struggled. I could have gone another maybe 20 or 30 seconds there. And I was actually better at my hang. I was lifting higher. I felt like my back was fully engaged. So that shows my improvement from first part, beginner, has come up. So hey, that's something. That felt actually quite easy. I probably should have went to 40 seconds. I probably did go a few seconds longer, but ultimately that was quite easy. Uh, so see here. I don't think I ever did 60, but this has too many sets. My default sets is 8, and it thinks I'm going to do. I doubt I'll ever be doing that many, but we'll just set that. Okay, so the next one is, uh, huh, I have never done a deep squat hold like that. I have never done a timed deep squat. That's weird. I didn't even know they did those. So, um, timed deep squat hold. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not going to wait 5 minutes for this. This is going to be too. I mean, I'm just not tired at all. Not even really winded from that last one. Probably should have done that longer, but it's all right. It's uh, it's telling me that I'm in the range that the workout's going to require for this, because I don't even know how to increase the difficulty for an active hang, short of turning it into a hollow body, which to me is more challenging. A hollow body means arch, not allowing your body to hang straight down, but rather engaging the core, bring your feet out in front of you. It just seems more, um, there's just more muscles engaged, so it makes it harder. To be honest, I think that's what I did in the first time. I did the hollow body variant, which may have been what made it more difficult. That felt way too easy. Okay, here we go. So this is just a hold. Um, it's as long as you can. It looks like they're saying 80 seconds is kind of the goal. Um, I'm going to use my stopwatch to kind of feel for where I'm at. Got to find my position for my feet. Ultimately, everybody's different, he says. Some people are better at straight, but if I go straight, I can't go down as far because my back will round and I just don't have the hip mobility for straight. Straight meaning feet are straight out in front of you. This is about my limit for keeping my back straight. If I want my back to stay straight, I got to spread my legs a little bit more. Some people, it's more or less just depending on how your hips function. For me, it's about, I think it's about here. Yeah. Okay, so you want your knees to stay in line with your toes, no inward. You want your weight to be on the outside of your feet if possible, as much as possible. You're just trying to see where you are in the hold. Okay, so here we go. I've never done a hold on these. And this is going to be hard. I know I'm going to get winded on this one because it's major muscle group. Oops. I don't know why this is even a thing. It don't feel that hard. I'm really going to just try to lift myself up slightly, just so that there's an engaged muscle. I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to let myself do this. Ideally, I'm just trying to engage the muscle position, back straight, as much as I can. Yeah, I can see how it starts getting hard. I'm starting to feel it already. What is it, 20 seconds? Okay, so that was so my goal, my thought there was for one. Okay, so this is the. It seems like the hip flexors feel that most for some reason. Maybe it's because they're the ones trying to keep you up. They're the ones trying to keep you from going into full seat position, maybe. And your glutes probably, because my glutes are feeling a little fatigued, but they're bigger, stronger muscles, I think, than the hip flexors are. And as a result, they're, whereas your hip flexors, let's see, they were probably trying to keep me in the upright position. As I try to keep my body straight, they try to keep you upright. Whereas your glutes are what's trying to hold you up off the floor. And I felt like my hip flexors were feeling it more by the time I was done. I got to about a minute, and the thought was, for me, max would be the longest I can hold that and still stand up without falling down. that was that was my thought, and I barely got back up. So I don't know how to put this. I don't actually have something like a squat hold in here, and I doubt that's even a normal workout. I think that's just a test. I don't even know if I want to create that, but I probably should, just so I have something to measure against if I ever have to do that test again. Let's go ahead, add exercise. I'm going to have to create that though. I know there's no such thing as a squat hold. Squat. All these squat exercises, and they're not even that different. I don't even know why it puts that many. Nope. All right, let's go to custom exercises, and we'll have to create a custom exercise. Squat, hold. I'm going to call this a barbell one or a dumbbell one, just because I like to be able to add weight to any exercise as much as possible. I don't know if you can do something though, like have rep-based, duration-based, weights and reps and duration. What's it? Yeah, maybe I should just do body weight. Holds are weird because there's no weight and duration. So there's duration, there's weights and reps and duration, which would be what? Let's see what reps and duration does. I don't even know what that is. But we'll say this is legs, upper leg probably. This is exercise is squat as low as possible without resting on lower leg. Low, how about this? Low as possible with glutes engaged. Engaged. I still want to say this. Do not rest on lower leg. Hold for duration. Okay. Save. go to hold, add. Let's see what that does. Oh, you can add weight. Oh, cool. Nice. Okay. Uh, oh, no, it's 5 reps. Okay, so this was what, 1 rep? Maybe that's good, because I could do reps. Okay, so 1 rep, I did, I'll say I did 85 seconds. Okay, that's enough. All right, next thing. Superman's last one, last exercise for test week. Hey, Weekly Food, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good, man. I had to get things logged there. This is the last exercise for test week. Now, test week only has 2 days of testing, 3 exercises each. Do your warm up, do your tests, you're done. That's too little for me. I've already done Monday. I did day 3 of week 4 of beginner workout. It was the end, the very last day of the beginner workout. Today I'm doing the very first week of the intermediate workout, which is 2 days of tests, total of 7 exercises with the 2 days. All you do is 1 set. You're just trying to find out where you're at as you go into the week, kind of see if you're in the right place to progress into a part 2. Now, I'm hitting all the maximums for the most part, so that means I should be ready. I should be ready to do whatever they have to throw at me, assuming the test is accurate and I'm at that strength level. We're going to find out how much progression I can make throughout this intermediate phase. Time is up now. Time for me to get to my last exercise, which are these Supermans, or whatever you want to call these, reverse banana arch hold. He calls them just an arch hold, I guess. Arch up. Again, this is a hold, 40 to 80 seconds. I can guarantee you I cannot hold this for 80 seconds. So we'll see how much I can hold it, because this is going to be hard. 40 to 80 seconds, that is a long, long time. 80 seconds is a long, 40 seconds is a long time to hold this. To be honest, I don't think I've ever attempted to hold this for that kind of time. A hold, jeez. That's insane. We're going to find out where I'm at with this. This is it, my end of my workout, 40 to 80 seconds. Yeah, I'm not, let's see where I'm at. So it's chest up, legs up, everything is up. Really, the only place you're having any weight should be on your abdomen. Maybe a little bit on your upper hips. I've never attempted to hold this for any time because I've always done these in reps. So I got to concentrate. Ah, ah.
140, what is that? 100 seconds? No, wait, no, 1 minute and 40 seconds. So, yeah, 100 seconds. Oh, that was hard. Okay, so I can hold 80 seconds. So much for my guarantee. But that was both easier and as hard as I expected. I don't even know what to put this on because, again, I don't actually have a hold option here. We'll just say I did 80. Or 100, sorry. That should be close enough. Takes about a second to do one rep. Okay, well, that's it for me. That's it. I got to get to work. Fun. Till next time, stay fit, stay healthy, and if you do CaliMove, let me know how it goes, and and we will see how we compare. Sure, why not? Have a good one.